First Alert 4 starts now.
And then you just look over here and you say, is this even the same street, the same city?
A call for transforming shuttered schools left vacant for years and in some cases decades. Some neighbors in North St. Louis City say the defunct Scullin School has dragged down the Penrose neighborhood for years. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Cameron. Bob, Sam, and Corey are off. This map behind me showing an issue littering the city's north side where nearly a dozen former schools sit empty and unused. But tonight, new hope after we told you this week about a potential plan for the St. Louis Development Corporation to buy Cleveland High School in South City from St. Louis Public Schools. New here at 10, John Kipper speaks to North City residents fed up with a crumbling property and hears from a developer who says breathing new life into these buildings may be easier said than done.
You know, for the people that live in this area, it's an eyesore.
Penrose residents Ralph Tidwell and Conchita Curry both have connections to Scullin School. Tidwell is an alum, and Curry taught kindergarten at Scullin before St. Louis Public Schools closed the building in 2003.
It has gone down since then.
Now graffiti is sprayed on nearly every wall. The roof looks to be collapsing, and many windows are either wide open or broken.
I'd be afraid to go in there because no telling what has flown in there.
Thursday, we told you SLPS recently hired a real estate broker to help offload some of their properties. A district spokesperson says they're developing plans to sell their vacant buildings, saying in part, this work reflects our commitment to a strategic and efficient real estate process that aims to benefit both the school system and the people of St. Louis. Off Van Eventer near the Grove sits Rock Springs School. It's an old SLPS school built in 1898. Now, developer Michael Hamburg hopes eventually this becomes office space, but says these old schools pose plenty of challenges.
It's kind of a grittier thing to work on.
Hamburg tells First Alert 4 some developers steer clear of these older properties, saying shoring up the structure, bringing them up to code, and other conditions.
There's asbestos, or there might be lead in some of the chalkboards.
Leads to a more expensive project. But Hamburg points to the intricate and deliberate style of bricklaying and the classic, timeless architecture as reasons for taking a chance on these old buildings.
A lot of interesting elements, both on the exterior and interior, that make it a very sound, structural building.
He says it can be cheaper to simply demolish the buildings, but that requires jumping through hoops due to historic designations. Instead, Hamburg plans to use historic tax credits to convert what looks now as a dilapidated structure into a thriving office building.
There's definitely value in these existing buildings. You just have to, figure out the right way to harness it.
Tidwell and Curry just hope someone can make Scullin School an asset again for their community, and they don't want to wait decades for it to happen.
And not take 20-some years to get it done.
They say they've waited long enough. Reporting in the city, John Kipper, First Alert 4.